Okay, they walk back to the Okay, I have to say something. What smells like soap?
So, I do vape.
Oh, maybe that's it.
So it's like
It's some supernatural.
it's like a blueberry.
That might be it.
Sorry now, but we're inside the paper.
You're good.
Okay, sorry. All right. So yeah, you guys will see like little in between spaces that I'll try to sneak a hit or two. Just so you guys know. So yeah, if you smell blueberries, it's me. Face cracking up over that. Welcome to a smelly parking lot. Congrats, you made it. Hope you guys are taking weird spots. Dan's looking around like, what the hell is this? Like, seriously, who is this guy? What did we sign up for? So this used to be something relevant to the history of Charleston, which is exactly why we're here. But for anybody with a communication device, this is where I start withholding information on purpose. I will not be giving you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there with the big red barn. I'll give you impromptu questions that you can use of things we normally get the answers to, and we'll talk about those. Let's get you unmuted. Let's spread out, everybody. Let's do it.
Look over here. What happened to the mansion? What happened to the mansion?
In case you decide to shut it in between spaces. So if you shut it and open it back up again, to get it back to night vision is this button right here. You just do a quick tap, it says power.
Okay.
It won't shut it down, you just tap it and it'll put it right back to night vision.
Gotcha.
So 2 stops from now, we're going to add a spotlight to that guy.
Okay.
Because we're going to be diving into a cemetery. We're not going into it, but I need you to be able to see some light going through it.
Okay.
So good, Ken's got his question next.
I'm not sure if I can do that, but we asked
What happened to the mansion? Do we have one of the Chucks? Oh, wait. Which,
yes or no?
which Chuck is here?
Which Chuck is currently here with us?
No Chuck.
That was it?
What happened to the mansion? When was the mansion taken down?
Why was the mansion taken down?
Come back. Right here.
Why was it taken down?
Did I say natural? National? Natural disaster?
Okay, now names and numbers. What year was the mansion taken down? What year was the mansion built?
How was the mansion destroyed?
What part of the mansion would we be in, depending on where we are standing right now? What was your favorite part of the mansion? You hear anything? Profile? What was your favorite part of the mansion? What year was the mansion destroyed?
Nothing? Yeah, right here, right? That's what we were getting.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, we should all three
Yeah,
ask a question and see if it lights up. What was your question?
Oh, just X.
Okay. We were how
About the mansion.
how was the mansion destroyed?
I've been asking a bunch of questions.
What year was the mansion taken down?
What year was the mansion built?
Ooh. Trade?
What was your favorite part of the mansion?
What are you getting? You getting reading? Huh. Interesting. You want to come over here? Yeah. You want? Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing else.
Nothing else? How was the mansion destroyed? Sorry, we keep asking the same question.
I know.
We need a clearer answer. How was the mansion destroyed?
Dan, how high have we got?
5.7.
Oh, where was that?
Right over there. Well,
Oh, wow.
like where y'all were picking up.
Oh,
And
yeah?
did we hear anything on your end?
It's like words like here and there.
But
We don't know if
it's
they're
not like
accurate,
clear,
like
but it's just like
natural. We don't know if like that's
natural.
What's the first
nothing
instinct
else.
that you had? Is it natural?
Natural.
like, yeah, we asked how the mansion was destroyed.
And you got the word natural.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be a direct answer, but I like that kind of it's a general gist. It makes sense.
Is there a specific person with us right now? What can you say your name?
Who is currently with us?
Can you repeat your name for us?
Who is with us right now?
We appreciate you being with us. If someone's with us, can you tell us what your name is? And what your role at the mansion was?
What was your role at the mansion? How were your days at the mansion?
I'm trying to see if there's something like
Around me?
around you. Can you tell us again how the mansion was?
How was the mansion destroyed? Yeah, no. What was your role at the mansion?
Thank you for your time.
What year was the mansion built?
When was the mansion destroyed? What else do they say?
Nouns, names, and numbers.
Nouns.
Who is with us right now? Whoever is with us, what was your role at the mansion? Whoever is with us right now, what was your role at the mansion? What were your days
Where?
like here?
Oh, nothing.
You can take us out. No. Don't feel bad, man. You're out here for work too. You got it. So we're not hearing anything coming out of that guy?
I mean, it's hard to.
Make it out.
Yeah.
It's not clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we heard. I mean, I think we
I don't
definitely
know.
heard the closest thing would be natural.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
so.
you heard nothing else.
Did I don't even
And then
remember.
when we asked, like, if who was with us, we heard like a woman like singing.
Oh yeah, a woman singing.
But nothing specific out of that singing.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Usually gender doesn't matter to me when you're using radio chatter to tell me what communication you have.
Yeah.
Because it's like Bumblebee from Transformers. He's going to use whatever he can find to talk back to us.
I see. I
It's the
see.
easiest way to remember this,
I
of how
see.
these things work.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just heard them like question like why I'm excited about something. May heard Breakfast Baconator, and I know it was a Wendy's or Burger King or some stupid ass fast food commercial, but I'm excited about it. I'm going to tell you guys why when we go back to the back. And I'm going to do one more round robin and see if Danny's going to find anything, and then I'll probably pull us all back. I'm going to see if we can get those EMF numbers.
Okay. This is red, just so you know.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well, yeah, we're going to swap batteries when we go to the back.
Okay. Cool.
How were your days at the mansion?
I'm so cold.
What were your days filled with? priest? No.
No, not a priest.
Not a priest.
My head is tingling. Are you tingling my head right now?
You know that's my video, right? Tell us what year the mansion was built.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
I heard you guys talking about. Every place we go to, there's something new. Just so you know, that's how it is. Put that in your pocket if you have one. Or give it to Sharon so she can put it in her hoodie pocket. Because you're going to be using this guy. Oh, yeah. So this is a crazy ass voice recorder. This thing can hear that sneeze, fly. The joke I normally make about this is that I can hear a frog fart from a mile away. Like, it is ridiculous. So you're going to have these headphones on, and you're going to be listening to every little thing that's going on. And if Kent rips one, you're going to know.
Bye.
Starting to feel it.
No, great. I triggered it. So I would say put these on slowly. Everybody please be quiet for just a moment so that way we don't blast your eardrums out. Wow, you guys are great. So wherever we point this microphone is where you get the most sound. You see how that works? My voice didn't change. It's already recording. That goes to you. You'll see why we're using that as we kind of go through the story. Back to Doc. Supposed to get married to his fiancée Amanda. She just inherited a crap ton of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of the cash flow that she just got, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after her money. He tells Amanda, get rid of that doctor. He moves here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. On his way into town, he had a coachman. The coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to his stay here. Somebody was walking by. And by the way, that's like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world for the younger people in the group that don't know what the hell a coachman is. I over-explain a lot. Somebody's walking by. His name is Ralph Isaacs. Do Ralph's initials sound familiar to anything else I've said so far? Where's the doctor from? Rhode Island. We were getting the letters RI all the time on regular spirit boxes. I bought another device. It acts like a digital Ouija board. Anytime there's an EMF spike, like Amy's device, it gives us a letter. And somebody dropped it and broke it, and I tried to fix it and broke it even further. So I'm waiting for the insurance to reimburse so we can get it back in the damn tour. But anyway, the only time we'd ever get the letters RI consecutively is if I brought up Ralph's name. Moving on. Ralph tells the doctor, hey man, I know this guy. He's gonna try to kill you. So come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can stay with them. You'll be safe. Doc took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's cash. He's making his own. She got wind of this. She wrote him a letter saying she's coming down here so they could be married, and Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor, hence the voice recorder. That's why we're using it here and here only. So every ghost story tells you to listen for the whistles. We're going to talk about the whistles that we would actually capture with our equipment versus our own ears once I get through the rest of the story. Why am I telling you about a happy guy that's about to be married in Dueler's Alley? Well, there's a duel coming. Wait. Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He gets better seats. That's how it goes. On the way home, they're talking about the actress they just saw. She was never here before. Doc thought she was great. Ralph did not. They start arguing, and then Ralph is insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island, and it got really ugly between the two of them. They go their separate ways, and the next day Ralph goes to his friends at the newspaper and places an ad telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of shit. Doc saw this ad and rebutted. Let's go to Dueler's Alley. Somebody's going to die. All this over an actress, by the way. I'd just like to point out how dumb shit was in 1700s. Yeah, moving on. The two gents came down here, back to back, took for 10 paces, and they turned. Doc pointed his gun in the air and shot his one shot. He did not want to kill his friend. He just needed the courage to show up. If you've ever seen Hamilton, you know that that's how a duel goes down. Ralph has his one bullet. He puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Doc didn't die, but Ralph proved his point. He's still pissed off. Not willing to forgive. Doc fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later. after refusing medical treatment on November 2nd of 1786. I'm going to point out two things. It's 1786. Gunshot wounds, a lot different back then than what we know of them now. Secondly, he is a doctor, everybody. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but obviously he failed because he died. We're going to let this tour group pass through us because they're going to probably go down to the halfway point, so we'll just kind of split the seas. Everybody stand humble. This is the spot. Hello. All right. So, when they're done with the story, they're going to tell the guests to listen to the whistles. We should have 3 cameras running. My crazy voice recorder. Why am I getting you guys mixed up? Emily's voice recorder. See, I knew I was going to screw up one name, so I still got it right. But the hope here is that we're going to get a disembodied whistle in the background. With this voice recorder, I actually bought this for another device that I was kicked out of before. But we started using it here, and about the past 6 months, I've already got like 4 or 5 actual disembodied whistles. So a nice quiet nights like this, without another tour nearby, we actually heard it audibly, which is called an AVP, and then we caught it on this voice recorder. No other recorder caught it. So, crazy stuff. So, here's the thing. If you're going to try this on your own, because, again, I can't take you all the way through. Like, that's the stopping point. I'll explain why in a minute. If you walk all the way through with your voice recorders from your phone, and you try to capture this whistle, just remember every local knows this damn story. They've taken a tour, we all know it. We all throw a whistle down this alley whenever we pass it on Queen or Cumberland. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, I will tell you, I think I was telling Kent on the way here, I do come out like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning after I'm done with your guys' data and researching your space. I'll cut through areas that I know, and I'll see if I can get something new on a spirit box, like just to see if I can enhance what we're doing out here now. So again, I caught whistles at that point, but I've also caught them during our tours. So here's what I got kicked out of here. Amy's been waiting for this. You guys ready? The alley, it's a history lesson, didn't always go all the way through the way we came in. There used to be a wall up there, about halfway between us and Cumberland Street. The reason why is because this is where they kept all the livestock for the city of Charleston. It was called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley, so we're going further back in time. So I'm telling you this because they started building the alley on Queen Street on that side and came this way over the couple of 100 years to what you're standing on, which means those bricks are older than these ones. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child, face up in one of those bricks that you can actually see. I used to take my groups all the way through there for a history lesson. We all need to see how far we've come from slavery, right? I don't care what color you are. We just need to see it. You're in Charleston. And most African Americans in this country have an ancestor that came across those steps at the my name is building, but you guys get the point. But anyway, took them down there for their history lesson on November 26th of 2020, and they all decided to stop. About 10 of them. They all huddled around the brick, waiting for something to happen with the gear. I know nothing's going to happen. You guys already know how I feel about cemeteries. That kid's not staring at that brick in the afterlife. So we're going to let this couple pass through. So, I took them down there. They're staring at the brick. I'm trying to see them along because we're also standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was just trying to be respectful to the house. I'm a busy guy. So in the summertime, like it's constant. There are times where I have to mute the phone. Like it's just like it's nonstop. But anyway, I'm trying to shoot him along because of the mansion. And my daughter was on the tour that night. She was probably 14 years old at the time. And the new owner of that mansion came out. He had just bought the place the week prior, and I had gone in front of his dining room window one too many times. And he came out screaming his head off. My 14-year-old daughter thought it was hysterical. She was laughing her ass off. Her dad's getting yelled at right in front of her. But he moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving. I don't tour on any holiday, but especially Thanksgiving. Here's why. I worked in upper management for Walmart before I started doing this. You guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving. You scarred me for life. I will never work another holiday ever again. That's kind of how this works. But the next day was the 28th. The dates are relevant. I'm getting to it. I basically told my partner that brought me into this. I don't work with him anymore, but I needed to know what to do next. When he picked up the phone, he was laughing, just like my daughter was, because he probably already got the city complaint from that guy. So anyway, he basically said, not allowed to go down that far. It's residential. Figure it out. And he hung up. I'm like, well, shit, it's Black Friday. I'm sold out again. I told my team that night, I don't believe in the next story because I've never had anything happen over there. Plus, I'm into vampires, not pirates. We would normally discuss a pirate story next, but we've been kicked out of there too. They just rezoned the city. That's not something super fancy to talk about. Nobody screamed at me, but I've only been kicked out of there twice. But anyway, if I tell you we're going to be discussing pirates in Charleston, who's the first pirate you think of? Blackbeard. Thank you. Gold star. So here's the common answers. Jack Sparrow, not a real pirate. Captain Hook, not a real pirate. You guys get the point. But Blackbeard, good job, Dan. But anyway, yeah, most of the time you would think Blackbeard. Before we left the space, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. I didn't tell them which pirate we were going to be discussing. The female pirate, Anne Bonny. I was kind of like, oh shit, maybe we're going to get something finally. So we went up around the corner. I told them what I did know about piracy in Charleston. It wasn't my thing, by the way. I told you I'm into vampires. Somebody else heard the number 300 coming out of a spirit box. I don't know what it means. I wrote it down. I did the research. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th year anniversary of her pirate trial. Yeah, this is the result that I normally get when I tell the story. I was pissed off. Let me explain. I have a lot of writing degrees, including a master's degree. Whenever I'm researching, I need facts and data. Pirate stories that you guys all love from Disney comes from basically lore. Lore was written 100 years after the days of Blackbeard and Anne Bonny. That's a problem. That's the grapevine effect. Them trying to romanticize it for what we all love and know about piracy now. Don't get me wrong, I've become a huge fan because anytime you guys found a piratey term or a name in that area, I had to watch 3 documentaries, read 4 textbooks, and play 2 video games to try to figure out if it was actually going to stick. I did a shit ton of research on pirates, and we're not allowed in that space anymore. The only reason I'm telling you about this now, so much in detail, is because we're going to be next door. We might get the bleed over. It happens. We still see little trickles. Just because I don't investigate it anymore doesn't mean that Anne Bonny still isn't haunting that particular space. So it's very interesting up and around the corner. Have we gotten anything weird going on with devices in front of you? We're going to start off with Alex, just because I don't always work with this device, so no weird spikes.
No.
Okay. Any of you heard anything? Or were you focused on me?
No, I was like doing it, but also.
Yeah, it's hard to do when I'm talking as fast as I am. Anything weird coming out of the whistler that you've got going on? Does anybody else want to try this thing out for about a minute or so before we leave the space? Because this is the only space we try it out. You can probably attest, like, it's weird in there, right? Yeah. But she's like, I don't want to talk and hear my own voice and amplitude. So, anybody else want to try it out?
I'll try.
Dan's like, hell yeah, I'll try
If you don't mind.
No, not at all.
He doesn't hear.
it. It's probably perfect for him.
Ooh, feedback.
Yeah, feedback, microphones and headphones. So when we get up and around the corner, so like I said, whoever has that camera now, where are the 2 of you at? Oh, they're right in front of me. So we're going to add an attachment to that camera so that way we can see further into the cemetery. And it's kind of a weird story, and it's the new space. So when I got kicked out of the pirate place, I started telling a story that all the other ghost stories tell, and I don't like the story because it's cursed females. So when I found something new, we're going to be doing that something new. So I kind of like got this camera and did all kinds of crazy attachments and tests, and I think we finally got it down. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, let's get some footage. Have you got any footage while we've been here running? Okay, just wanted to make sure because I know you were kind of holding it on an angle. I'm like, are we getting everybody's legs? No, Judy, where are we at with the words? What do you got going on?
Platform.
Okay.
Both evident immigration, gradually nonetheless stabbed, devote, who, quick.
Wow, a whole lot of BS. Told you I'd be honest.
Evilly.
That name showed up here the other night.
Evely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Cave, single, travel, and Chris.
Okay. Any other spirit boxes? Have you guys heard anything weird? I think you guys were the only ones that had one. May, were you listening at all when we were here, or were you focused on me?
I was focused on you.
That's
She
okay.
heard anything? She heard we dance.
We danced. Okay. So you're going to give that a go for the next location? Kind of see how it goes. And the only reason I'm asking is because I keep an eye on the spirit box people, only because our last location, like, we're going to do an experiment that they're not going to know shit. Like, we're all going to know it, but them, of what's going on with that space. So you guys will kind of see what's going on here. But I always like to make sure we actually have somebody that does really, really well with that, like by listening to it. So don't, like, I've been testing you all night long. You guys get the point. So Amy's like, who is this guy? She keeps looking at me. Weird. They're right. There's a like a plaque up on that brick wall, so they're kind of pointing it out. So that's like that's the veil. I'm not seeing the veil. Don't go past the veil. Any other takers on the crazy whispering listening thing before I pack it up? Okay. Usually when one goes, like then it just starts to trickle effect. I'm like, okay.
I don't need responsibility.
I'm gonna listen to the recording. No, you can't. All you do is hold it and listen. It's crazy.
When you hear something, you're hearing everything.
Practice, lady.
They're just trying.
Yeah, but Carrie, I'm telling you, if we get a whistle, it's gonna be fake. It's gonna be super quick. And that's what we're gonna get. It's not gonna be melody. It's just gonna be a whistle.
Does she push a button when she hears that? No.
I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I heard. Yeah.
There's a lot of people down here. Trust me, I can just.
We're talking about you.
Hey, might be. Well, I know he will be in a minute when we pass the room. I know that guy. He's always asking how things went down here. He's very envious of what we do.
He said, "Do not enter."
I don't know. You're the only one that heard it.
Who said that?
I just did what I
It's too loud with your laugh. It's so
Anyway, who's who?
my mom.
My old child boyfriend.
My
So that's
child.
Get anything?
1.3.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Mom, daughter?
Yeah.
And your two kids?
And they're dating.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we're
Me
connected.
too.
All right.
I'm not dating.
Well, I didn't know if this was like you two were sisters and you brought your kids and then you said that these two were dating. I'm like, that's cousin stuff. Like, what's happening? I know we're talking 1700s, but that's not how this thing works.
Oh, sorry.
That's weird.
When you get the gist of that? Oh, try not to. Oh, you got it by the
You're
strap.
so
It's
loud.
you.
You don't.
You can hold up on the cord. You won't hear anything. Alright. Last minute before we pack it up. Last listeners, anybody? Takers?
No.
Okay. Try to keep this away. Blow my eardrums out at the office with all the feedback. It happens every day. When you guys start passing it around, it's just yeah, I actually bought this for a murder mystery story that was actually pretty recent. It was only 90 years old. But that space, even though I could still do the story, it's really out of the way because our laptop now has changed. We're not allowed in the laptop I used to take it to, which is right next to the murder mystery. Yeah, it's crazy trying to keep up with like what the city wants. We have a new mayor, so he's just shuffling us all over the damn place, and we can't keep up. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I like to get kids out of places. It's fun. It is what it is. I just don't like tickets against my business. That's the only thing. So I try my best to stay away from those spaces once I get there. Doc will follow us up and around the corner. He does have a code word for letting me know that he's around. So anybody with a spirit box, I'm not going to tell you what the code word is. If you guys remind me, I will tell you at the end of the night. It is a word that you would not commonly hear on the radio. That's why I chose it. So you guys will, if it shows up, we'll know that Doc's around, and hopefully we have a few extra clues to kind of verify that. Any readings that I need to know about from our EMS? Remember? 8 above.
I know. Put it move.
Now the next location, if we get anything, I'm super excited at 2.5. I will show you a sarcophagus that's actually been giving us some weird readings. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. We should be at zeros or like 0.1s over there. Just because there's no electrical lines, there's a lamppost. It's a little bit further down, but you shouldn't get anything. But if I show you what a sarcophagus is, and all three of you put your arms in there, we'll see what the hell happens. All right, let's still learn about this crazy cemetery. Let's do it. We're gonna cut your brain.
That's right. I don't remember how he said to like make it bigger and or smaller. I don't remember how he said to make it bigger. This is the zoom.
This piece.
Squeeze. I don't know how to. Can you do it? Do you know how?
You flip this.
Mhm. And then you twist it to make it smaller. So see. And then you push it in like this. So you make it bigger. Like that. Why?
Okay, what do you got? You ready?
I hear.
Do you want to see? Why?
Yeah, you guys are both pretty good. Don't.
Don't.
I only need one.
Yeah. Okay, so you push like this. Push it in like that
Together.
to make it bigger. So you'll feel it go in, and you'll see this go. And then you twist it out to make it small. Okay.
So push this in. Oh, to make it go, but then twist out.
So point over here because that light's kind of in the way.
How do you twist it out? How do you make this again? That pushes it. Oh, to make it bigger, right? Bony. Bony. Get off? Get off? Yeah. Turn off. Yeah.
That's happier.
Tell them.
Tell them.
Well, $15. $15.
He said, what was it that we heard?
Turn off.
Turn off. And then he said,
He
yeah.
said, yeah, and then he said,
Tell them.
tell them.
So the 15 could be something relevant. The fire was on June 13th. So close to no cigar. Doesn't match for me, but I'll see if there's a 15th that matches something over here.
Oh,
She's not gonna look.
My baby.
That's nuts. Like it's everywhere. Cause she heard it too.
Baby.
future?
Future kids.
Is that what you hear?
I can't believe that said my baby after all of the other ones that we've heard. That's so good. Yeah, she got her own word there. My baby. What was your first name? Professional. What was your first name? See? You get credit.
red, blue, and white.
What was the scariest part of climbing the church?
I'll take screenshots. This is the long it's a lot. Screenshot, write it up. If it's not anything, you gotta throw it away. Move on to the next. Go back to the video, watch some more. And it's a lot to go through.
It's like perfect.
Do what?
She see something?
No, I said we should do that.
Oh, yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
At where?
The
The tree?
Yeah. Hearing any words?
Yeah, you can hear some words. Once you kind of get used to it. And if you
Point it.
What do you got now?
anywhere you start looking around, and you start getting static, it just kind of like the heroes
Oh my god, can I have a turn with the I want to get some baby. I want to see if I'm for too.
You want to point that at the tree and then have her point it too and see if it catches
Oh,
anything?
yeah.
Right here?
More over there.
Like if you get
I'm gonna come. I'm not tall enough.
Okay. Next.
I can't.
Maybe that's relevant. I don't know.
I need to get
It's not
closer.
coming up on hers
Let's show
anymore.
her.
I need
Let's
to
show
get.
her.
Which is
I
interesting.
didn't think I didn't think the what was it? It was the breakfast.
It was like
What
that
was
tree.
the breakfast baconator? I didn't think breakfast baconator was relevant, but it was.
Mm-mm.
I should have known that
Here.
I don't.
Here.
Maybe somebody
Here.
here.
Oh, sorry. I give him a this one one. I'm good if you want to keep doing this.
I've been trying to get like close, like inside the thing. Just like trying to
Sharon and Emily, you guys got anything new down there?
No.
Nothing new?
I'm gonna switch back.
Did you see what happened?
Did you
So I
put
had that
those?
next to her,
Yeah.
and we were both looking at the same time on both. On hers, that it spells the word.
Yeah.
And on that, it says F.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Show
really
you what we're
interesting.
gonna
You
be
wanna
doing.
go closer over there?
Yeah, go.
All right, let's go back to where we started with this particular space and show you what's going on for our next location.
Oh, I thought I heard you say bye.
Yeah.
See ya. Thanks for your time. Yeah. Oh, we'll keep it on till we stop.
No.
Oh, did you turn off? Oh. Oh, sorry for the Blair Witch Project.
So if you want to tell us what building we're at, you guys can like jump up a little bit closer so you can actually hear us. We're going to try to stay quiet. Freedom. May's pretty quiet.
Turn
Trampled on all the time.
Wow. Henry, what building are we at?
1035.
877504.
Number 1. Certified natural diamonds.
You're really good at this. Henry?
They
Henry.
were jealous of him.
Jealous of who, Henry? By the way, if the answers aren't coming from them, they might go to you. So just shout out a word when you go. Henry? Very quiet out here tonight. On one side of it. Try not to look that one with the button in there, so go with the chin up too.
How are you? Oh, good.
That looks like.
Henry? Why are we at this particular building? I know this is a common question I always ask, but let's get an answer. Why are we here?
Right now.
I like the word right. Satisfying that.
Arizona football.
What did she say?
Arizona.
Henry, why are we at this building? What's here? What's inside? What's
Who
inside?
told you?
Henry, what's inside here? Does something inside here belong to you? It's a yes/no question. Henry, you can show us in a blue box. Unless Sharon fell asleep in there, give us something to look at.
Dead.
Just to stay away.
Henry, what's inside the building? Is there a mark of your death in there? Henry?
Do we have this entire phone number in Chicago? March 22nd.
Country song.
We usually say things like
Sounds
this
of
later.
Charleston.
Henry, let's get back on. Just validate that you're here. I want you to tell
My
us
life.
what's inside this building. Or tell us what the building is.
92.9.
Henry. Fill in the gaps for these folks. They don't know your history. Tell them what's inside the building. You can show us. You've given us plenty of images to show us what's inside this building. Henry. Henry.
Upgrade.
Henry, this experience is new for these folks. That's why they're laughing. It's not any kind of disrespect.
Years ago.
Years ago, what, Henry? Be
Book
specific.
of.
Henry, books are inside the building. Right, below, right? We'll take it. It's light right there. Henry, which book specifically are we here for? The last one that you were working on. We gave it a name.
Zombies.
It wasn't zombies. Henry.
We had to
Law
move.
firm.
We did have to move here. Where were we? Can you tell us?
Electric.
We used to do this where?
Level
Tell
up.
me. Beautiful.
It was beautiful. There's some nice what? What's the word, Henry? You can Show us.
Sunday.
Give us a picture in the blue box.
Connection.
Henry, we've got about 4 minutes left. Henry. Do you want to talk about your wife? We could talk about her. Tell us
Stay alone.
what was her name? Henry. What was your wife's name? If it's easier to tell us how you met her,
Specific.
yeah, be specific, please. Henry Westford's school teacher. She was 16 when I met her.
396.
Henry,
Wednesday.
come here, radio host, and she goes up. Henry, Alex has been right.
Yeah.
But she gave up.
We are
Henry,
200, 300.
that's the difference. Maybe it's gonna be Henry, let's really
romance.
focus on that last one. Can you give us something inside of the blue box as an image, Henry?
Emerald.
Why do we say that?
I want to know more about your life. I want you to fill in the gaps. I've read all the books. I've read your work. You need to tell me something I don't know.
Captain.
How?
Information.
Select our
Check out my
favorite.
latest job.
I'm gonna get you.
Henry,
Room.
what was your latest job? How did you make your money? Show us.
Related.
Beige.
Henry, show us. Give us an image.
Red garbage.
Red. Vague. Yeah. Henry, last job. What did you do? How did you feed your family?
1035.
One transportation makes it come true.
8.
8. I like 8. Henry's birthday. Can you give us the rest of your birthday?
Austin.
Henry,
If nothing.
I'd really like an image to come through so we can have something to look into. Sharon would love to have an image to come through.
There's lots of reasons.
What are those reasons?